We're about to do a live vibe coding competition, me and Pierce. I'm Burke. This is
P-Doge, Pierce,
P-Boggs.
P-Boggs.
As it were. And we have no idea what it is. Actually, they said, do you want to know what you're building before? And I purposely said, not tell us.
No, don't tell us.
So
it's way more fun
there's somebody sitting right here that has the instructions, and here they are. Okay.
Oh, I got my own too. Fantastic.
All right, wait a minute. Are they the same? I'll read mine.
Okay.
Roses are red, your PRs came through, we're building a page to say thank you. Your name, your work, a heart we can press, a thank you to everyone who makes VS Code the best. Build a web app that celebrates VS Code open source contributors. You're building the same thing separately side by side. Pull contributor names, GitHub handles, and PRs from the thank you page from 109, from the latest release. Okay. A card for each person with their GitHub avatar. A kudos heart button viewers can click. Make it visually impressive. Okay, the challenge, Burke. One agent only, single chat session, no sub-agents. What? That's not fair.
We'll see how it does.
No background agents. Pierce, unlimited agents. Sub-agents, background, cloud, parallel, go wild. That's an M-dash. I know this was written by AI.
Someone vibe coded this.
Who did this? But you can only use GPT-4.1, unfortunately for you. I'm sorry, Pierce. Chat votes on at least one fun thing. What happens to the most kudos contributor? Or what happens every time someone clicks kudos? Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to be reading this out loud.
We're doing it live. Like literally there's no prep. They give us this right before.
Okay, let me tell you. All right, first of all, let me jump over here. So I am going to use, let me open up a new window here. I am going to use the Copilot CLI.
Okay.
So let me fire that up. There it is.
So what is is that the GitHub CLI? What's the
GitHub Copilot.
The GitHub Copilot, separate CLI.
A separate CLI, yes. So this is GitHub Copilot in your terminal, in a terminal interface, right? A lot of the same features from Visual Studio Code, not all of them, but a lot of the same features, but just in the terminal.
Cool.
So I'm gonna fire up Copilot YOLO, and YOLO is just auto approve, right?
Great.
Don't ask me for permission. You can just do things. Just
If we're gonna fight somewhat fair, then you're gonna have to do this, right? Are you just gonna be babysitting your chat the whole time?
I'm gonna use sub-agents. That's ridiculous. That's completely unfair. All right. Do I trust files in this folder? Yes. Okay. Actually, I don't want to be here. You know what you can do? I just quit anyway. So let me move. What are you going to use, Pierce?
Well, to be honest, I'm still taking in the exercise. But I am going to use all the new. So 109 has so much good stuff in it. Improvements to plan mode, stuff with agent sessions. I'm probably going to kick off a lot of different stuff. I actually probably won't parallelize myself too much in the beginning because I feel like if I have literally nothing and I'm like, here is 10 agents, like that's going to land me in a weird place. But maybe I should lean in and really say, I will never ever just run one agent at a time.
You always have to run more than one.
I will always have, because I want to be on the top of my team's token leaderboards, right? If I'm being honest, like, we have a little leaderboard, and it's like, how much money are you spending that the company's having to pay for? Work at a place that gives you unlimited tokens, man. That's the best perk of this job. So I want to be at the top.
For sure. Although someone somewhere has to pay that bill. Like somebody was telling me the other day, somebody on the team had run up a bill of like 3 billion tokens.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, what? How much does that
cost?
cost?
I mean, we have several on the billion plus club on our team.
Where is that producer? I don't have a run of show, by the way, so I have no idea what's coming up in a minute 30 seconds. We're so prepared. Yeah, okay, perfect. So you're gonna go at it.
I'm gonna do multiple
agents.
Things at once. Yeah.
Using all the new features.
Wait, so what's the like gnarliest thing I could make you do in terms of tech stack for this app?
Oh, like pick one that, I mean, you told me earlier to do it in Rust. I don't know if you can.
It's a website, right?
Can you build a website in Rust?
Is this doable?
A chat, can you build a website?
You can build a game that is a website.
Like, what's the most esoteric technology we could do this in?
Fortran.
You can't build a website in Fortran. That I'm 100% sure of.
There has to be an open source project where someone made it possible, though.
Like a Fortran to HTML.
Yeah, some sort of
whatever.
like WebAssembly shenanigans. I don't know.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Producer, I don't know. I have no run of show. I don't know what's coming up next. Okay. I'll tell you what. Okay, so I'm going to try to do it in Rust because I think you can build a website in Rust. I don't know Rust at all. Not the first clue. I don't even know my machine's configured to run Rust. What are you going to do?
Well, what do you want me to do?
Do it in Go.
Okay.
Do you know Go?
No, I know nothing about it.
All right, perfect.
All right. This has real disaster potential, but we're excited to go on the journey with you.
All right, so we're going to get cracking with this. So by the time when you come back and see us again, we will be knee deep in this.
Installing Go and Rust on our machines.
Right, exactly. Trying to make things run. Welcome back to the Situation Room, as it were. We're vibe coding. It's the vibe coding contest. Just as a reminder for what we're doing, we are building a site that pulls the contributors from the 1.109 release, cards to show what they've contributed, and then kudos so that people can give them kudos. Now, so you can understand exactly what that is. If we go over to the browser here, this is the 109 release, and these are all the, look at all this. Look at all these contributors. Like there's so many people. And so
really
we want to,
awesome.
yeah, that's amazing. There's some up here too, even some for issue tracking. Look, John Murray. Hey, John. John Murray's been around since like day one. John Murray's been contributing to VS Code literally his whole life. It's amazing. So anyway, thank you to all of our contributors. So that's what we're building.
Yep.
Pierce, what do you got so far? Where are you?
Well, let's see. I had my session, then I ran over here. We started this challenge, and if I'm being completely honest, then I went to the bathroom and got some coffee.
You were gone for a long time.
I was gone
like,
way longer than I wanted
Sweet,
to be.
I'm gonna win this.
Maybe I'm being overconfident because I can use multiple agents and you can only use one. But to be completely candid, we're not off to the best start. You challenged me to use Go, so we're using Go. I know nothing about Go. I am running multiple agents at once here, so you can see I kind of started by bootstrapping some stuff, right? So let's see what's going on here. I bootstrapped this. I was like, I don't even know what to do. Then I was like, can I get this running on GitHub Pages? And they're like, no. So then I was like, well, I want to do this on Vercel. And apparently, like the default way this thing scaffolded, it actually wouldn't run on Vercel. So we had to do right off the bat a big refactor.
Just immediately refactor.
Immediately refactor the scaffold. Okay. And then now what we're doing is I kind of actually I can use multiple agents, and you noticed I've been creating like kind of different chats for each distinct task I have, and that's because I want my context to stay clean. But I haven't actually really done a lot of parallel tasks here yet, and I think the reason for that is like I feel like you kind of need the like basics in place, right? Because then if you go parallelize yourself with like 5 different agents, parallelize is such a hard word, man.
Parallelize.
I can't do it.
No, don't even try. Don't try.
Don't try it. You should try it, but don't try saying it. We need a better word. Anyways, I feel like you kind of need like the scaffold there because even, yes, I could use Git work trees and stuff like that right now and have like 5 different things going at once. Yes. But like I feel like I'm still kind of at the point where I don't have like the bones of this thing, right? And then what's going to end up happening is even you get work trees and the changes are separated, each one when I try to pull them all together, because I don't have the bones of this thing in place, right? It's just going to all step over each other is what I'm worried about.
It's going to be a mess.
I'm trying to get to like a basic point. Like with VS Code, when I'm contributing, I don't have this problem because it's already built out.
So you have like a basic scaffold here.
Literally. And I'm using the like integrated browser. So there was this simple browser. Oh, great. I killed the web app. So there was always this simple browser thing, simple browser show, but we've been working on this new integrated browser, and we actually have a session coming from Justin and Kyle and Joaquin later, kind of showing off this new browser and some of the things you can do. So I'm actually working inside of VS Code right now. I'm vibe coding. We have our Go app. It's going not great, as you can see, failed to load page. But you know what? I'm using Go, so I'm feeling actually great.
Well, listen. I think I'm done.
See, Maybe I shouldn't have gone to the bathroom then.
Yeah, exactly. That's on you. I'm using Rust, and so here,
All right.
let me walk you through what I did. So first of all, I took a screenshot, or I took a photo of the challenge with my phone.
I did the same,
Did you
and,
do the
and
same?
airdropped it to my machine.
Same thing. And then I basically said, what did I say? So first I had to ask, is my machine configured to run Rust? Can I build a website with Rust? Because I don't know. So it's like, Rust isn't installed on your machine. Here's how you can build. I was like, cool. So yes, install what I need, and I'm going to get a prompt ready for you. So while it's installing Rust, I'm airdropping this photo over. And then there's an error, and I don't know what this means at all. And then this is my prompt. We're doing the vibe coding contest. I'm going to give you the rules.
Yep.
Then I said, boost the prompt. It's basically like add more fidelity to the instructions that they provided us.
Yep.
And then create a detailed plan. So then I went into plan mode.
Yep.
And then I said it would be better if we could deploy it, but we have to get it running locally. That's P0. If you have any questions, let me know. So then it goes through, and I don't know if it's going to show the questions here, but one of the first things it said to me was, it goes, hey, you don't need Rust to do this. You just need HTML and JavaScript. That was like the first thing the agent said. It was like, do you still want to use Rust?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to go down this
Like, all
path?
Rust is going to do is serve this HTML page. And I was like, absolutely, I want to use Rust.
If you aren't using Rust, what are you even doing with your career right
I don't
now?
know. Exactly. Are you a real developer if you're not using Rust? I don't know. So, okay, so then it keeps going down. So then what I do is, so then I switch to my custom agent, which is the beast mode rebooted.
Yep.
So my custom agent here does a couple things that are important. So first of all, it forces the thing to use context 7. It forces it to run things in sub-agents. I know I'm not supposed to use sub-agents. I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. I told you I wasn't going to listen. And then it lays out some mandatory coding principles. Now, then the next thing that it does is I switched into autopilot, which I think is experimental in the CLI, but it's essentially the Copilot CLI's version of a Ralph loop.
Okay.
And then it just keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. It's trying to test, it's opening the local host, taking screenshots, and then we get down here to the bottom, and it's like, okay, cool, I'm done. And I was like, well, how do I run it? And so that took me a minute to figure out how to run it, but it's up.
Dude.
So there's a couple things. So first of all, I used the front-end design skill from skills.sh, which I just have installed. Like, it's just there. And Theo told me that Opus 4.6 with the front-end design skill is like, that's
really
the
good.
most
Yeah.
goated way to do design. So that's what I did. And then the agent browser skill is what it used for to test.
To
just
validate.
to make sure that it actually ran. Because one of the problems with agents is that they can't close the loop. You're the one who pointed this out to me.
Yep.
And so what they do is they're like, cool, I did it. And then you go and you're like, you didn't
run
do
it,
it.
and you're like,
it doesn't
yeah.
work at all. So it has
Exactly.
to be able to close the loop. So the agent browser skill enables it to use a browser and do that. I don't know if this actually works though. Hold on. Can we give people kudos? Let's give John some kudos. Hey,
Ooh, look at that animation.
look at that animation. Wait, does it persist if I reload the page? It does.
Wow, that's
Am
really
I done?
impressive.
Did I win?
I'm gonna challenge you to some more things.
Okay,
with
what
this.
should I do?
I think you should add. Okay, we're getting crazy here.
All right, what are we gonna do?
You should add Copilot SDK to this, and you should basically let me ask questions about our contributors, like who contributed to this release, and what are some of John's other contributions to VS Code. I think you could do that, and then you ground it in the information from the updates and stuff.
But then how do I deploy that? I can't deploy
No, you
that.
can deploy that.
But then everybody's gonna be beating up my Copilot subscription.
Well, that's fair. I need to think about how you would architect. Well, you should ask Copilot
How to do this so that, okay.
how to architect.
Okay.
I think that would be interesting.
All right, let's see if we can pull that off.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna continue. It's not over. I mean, they get to vote. They may decide
That's the
who
thing.
win.
I
in the
still
end.
got an hour and a half, I think, something like this, 2 hours, right? So there's a lot of time for me to catch up here.
I think I'm gonna try to figure out how to deploy this, because building locally
Yeah.
is easy. That's never been the hard part.
Yep.
The hard part is always deployment. So let's see if the agent can actually help me get this up so people can vote and give kudos.
Love that.
All right, let's check in with chat real quick. We have 30 seconds to do that. Let's see. Go Power Rangers. All right. Let's see. This stuff is awesome. Hey, Gregor, what's up, man? How are you doing? You gonna come run the booth with us again this year at Build? Harold's here. What's up? Where's the repo? I'll check
we
in
gotta push
shortly.
this
We'll
to our
post it.
repo, yeah.
We'll come back here in a second, but for right now, I gotta run a show, y'all. I'm on top of it. All right. Welcome back, folks. The situation for me has gone from pretty good to pretty bad. We only have 3 minutes here. Let me just tell you, I knew deploying was gonna be the problem. It's definitely the problem. What have you got? Where are you at?
Okay, so I'm making some decent progress here. So we actually, last time we checked in with me, I literally had a bootstrapped website and Go. Okay, so now we actually have something kind of functioning here. We do love our community on VS Code. We can come over and look at our contributors. So let's open that up. And so you can go in and see, like, for a given release, who's actually contributing. So 1.109, we had 26. 1.108, nothing. So clearly a bug. Right there. I have also, I challenged you last time. I said, okay, let's figure out how to integrate Copilot SDK into this, so that we actually have, we can ask natural language questions about contributors and things going on. So I've attempted. Let's see if this totally falls over. Yep. So I'm still making progress on that. So that's something that I'm cooking over here. I've also been exploring a leaderboard. So let's check in on that. We're doing it live. I literally haven't even looked at this leaderboard yet. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's not gonna work. The fact that this page, I'm getting the spinner of death right here, I have a feeling there's some blocking process that we're running to fetch all this data. Okay, this is pretty cool. Community leaderboard. So this wasn't part of the original challenge, but I can come in. Okay, I can see who has the most pull requests, who contributed to the most releases. Simon.
Whoa, hey Simon.
How you doing?
Nice.
So this is kind of fun. Some of these people actually work on the team, so I need to figure out why the algorithm's not picking up on that. I also added light dark here.
You get no credit for your.
You get no credit. That's your job. So yeah, I feel like we're making good progress. We got a leaderboard. We got contributors. We're working on some Copilot SDK integration, and yeah.
Let me go over to the chat here. Double check on that. By the way, we're supposed to let y'all decide what feature we're supposed to let them decide. So the rules say. Chat votes on one fun thing to add. What happens to the most kudos?
That's a tough word too.
The person who gets the most kudos, what happens to them?
Well, it sounds ominous the way you're describing it.
Sheesh. I think should they go to the top, or maybe their card glows? I don't know. Or what happens every time someone clicks kudos? Right now, mine's sending.
You
mine sends
have
hearts.
an animation,
I have a heart
which
animation.
is quite nice.
Like a confetti or a sound.
Yes.
What a sound, like a voice going kudos.
Like AI voice saying kudos.
Kudos, John. Kudos. So anyway, you're supposed to figure that out. In the meantime, we're going back to the studio, y'all. We're gonna keep it rolling. Where are we gonna go? Hey. Welcome back, folks. Well, the situation has changed somewhat drastically. Let me just bring you up to speed on where I am. So there's a lot of different. I feel a lot of different ways about this. So let me go back to the site. So here's the site. Let me show you what I've added.
Okay.
So I added the ability to load any release. So you just paste in the URL here, and it will load in the January 2026 release. And then they say that y'all can hear this. So Anisha. Can y'all hear that? Can they hear that? Just me making noise. You said to make noise. I added it. It says this is a horn sound effect. I don't know if it actually is.
Your CPU is gonna explode from the amount of hearts.
And look, and here's chat. So you can try to sign in with GitHub. Oh, you can't? Okay, but it won't work.
Okay, we're making some progress.
We're making some progress here. Now, here's where I'm a little stuck.
Are you local hosting? What's happening here?
Yeah, this is local host.
Okay.
It's trying to deploy, and it's been doing this for quite some time. So it's sending it up to Azure. Shuttle wouldn't work, right? If you work at Shuttle, I don't know, maybe I did something wrong, but I just do Shuttle login, and it would just hang there. So then I went back and I said, this doesn't work, where else can we put it? It was we should put it in Azure, and it's been at that since that happened. So that's where I'm at. And then also, I'm not supposed to do it, but I did create a work tree, and I've got a different window here, and I basically said, hey, I need to win this contest. This is all on you. You need to figure out what to add to this site.
You're threatening the agent now?
Yeah, the prompt was, hold on, the prompt was right here. Scroll back up. I said, okay, look, I got to win this contest. You are not free to add anything you want. No, that's not right. You are free to add anything you want. I put the wrong word in there. Oh, crap. You have to make this super impressive. I'm totally dependent on you. Blow minds. This is your chance to prove that AI is not all hype. I believe in you. You have free reign. Do whatever you want to do. What's it doing? 3D parallax card tilt, animated stats dashboard, gold confetti cannon, ambient floating particles, cursor spotlights, scroll reveal animations, live search, grid leaderboard, toast notifications, and a richer air horn.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to
What is a richer air horn? Isn't an air horn already quite rich?
No idea, dude. Also, I should point out that I did notice at some point I went back and I was looking at the code here, and I noticed that in this there's a bunch of files now, but like it took and it put all the contributors in this file as like static.
I was wondering how you did that. I was like, he had to have like fetched all that and put
it just took it and stuck it in like static Rust code, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. But you know what they say? Junior dev is like, I'll just hard code this. And then like a senior dev is like, well, I'll create a factory to inject this. And then like,
now with
the
AI,
experienced architect is like, I'll just hard code this.
Exactly. Well, AI hates abstractions too. So I feel like,
yes, it
for
does.
better, I mean, I used to work in .NET. I love .NET, but like the interfaces and all that, it was too much for me. So I'm actually kind of happy the AI is like, no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm just going to do the simple thing.
It's weird because, and I wrote a diatribe on this on X the other day that no one read, which is fine. It's a waste of your time anyway. But the point was exactly that like AI doesn't need what you need. If you are working with a framework that makes it easier on your brain, AI doesn't care about that at all.
Yep.
If you're working in abstractions, it actually doesn't like that because it has to read more files and make more connections. What it really wants is like one big monolithic thing that it can just blow away and recreate anytime it needs to. Okay, where are you at?
Well, I'm kind of also a little off the deep end over here.
Okay. What's happened?
Well, so I'm trying, as part of my challenge, I'm allowed to use any agents I
tool
want.
You want.
And so I've also, in addition to VS Code, I have Copilot CLI running here. And there's some like cool stuff that's like new and insiders. Like you can come in here, you can go GitHub Copilot CLI. You can pull these things into like your editor, so you could like quad box CLI. I might do this next time we check in on us. And so right now, oh wow, okay, perfect timing. The API is working now. We will see if indeed the API is working now.
Ooh.
So we got this. Hold on, let's see. So I'm also working on generating. I'm overpromising now. I'm working on generating a AI video with HeyGen. Like, have you seen my like AI dev advocate thing I made?
No.
Okay, so basically we will generate a personalized AI video with one of these AI avatars thinking
No. Are you serious? Is it gonna work?
We're gonna see. I'm trying it.
What are you using to do that?
There's a service called HeyGen that's quite good. So you just basically say, I want this.
Wait,
it does
wait.
video, audio.
Spell that?
Hey, G-E-N.
Oh, H-E-Y.
H-E-Y-G-E-N.
G-E-N.
Yeah, and so they have an API, so I'm wiring up to that. So we will get a personalized AI video for each contributor.
You're trying to put me out of a job? Unbelievable, man.
And then hold on. Here's my Ask Copilot. Let's zoom. Do some zooming. Whoa, look at that scroll. That's not supposed to happen.
What happened? Do it again.
So we're not quite there. So I also have this Ask Copilot. I want it to not be buried at the bottom of this page, but I'm also the challenge I gave you. Now I'm trying to do myself. Remember, I'm using Go.
There is a Go SDK.
There is a Go SDK, but the reason I said I'm in the deep end with this thing is it basically just totally re-implemented everything. It doesn't use the SDK at all.
It just built its own.
Well, I was parallelizing myself. I come back, the agent has been like, oh, never mind about the SDK. I'm just going to do my own thing. So that's where I'm at with that. To your point about frameworks, it's I don't need that. So I'm actually, I'm happy about where we're going. We're trying some experiments. We got the avatar thing going. We got the Copilot SDK thing going. Now is the point where I have the bones are here, right? So now I'm starting to kick off multiple agents because the bones are in place. Right. And I feel comfortable doing that.
So you're ready for the fiasco.
Yeah.
Unleash the Kraken.
Wait, is there anything community we need any other like feedback we need? I want to know what else we should add, right? Keep
yeah.
keep
Let us
challenging
know.
us. Like
Yeah.
keep sending stuff in the chat. We'll keep an eye on it in between the sessions.
Okay, and then when you come back, when you come back to us, we promise everything will be under control and we'll be just fine. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hold on.
We're eating some snacks over here.
I just had a cake pop,
And I had a Rice Krispie.
and I've never had a cake pop before in my life. That's the first one. This is all that's left of it. And the first bite, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get this down. It's so sweet. But then I acclimated, and I'm about to eat a second one.
You don't want to eat the second one.
Don't
I'm going
do
to tell you
it?
in about 15 minutes.
Am I gonna regret this?
You are going to very much regret consuming another cake pop.
Oh, it was so good though. I don't think I've ever had that much sugar at one time.
No, there's a lag. You do not want to take it. I'm telling you right now, you're going to be asleep. We got 30 minutes, and you will be asleep in 30 minutes if you eat one of these. We got lunch in 30 minutes, man.
By the
What
way,
are you doing?
We gotta say a shout out to Anna.
Yeah,
who
shout out.
Helped put all of this together, sent cake pops and Rice Krispie treats. Anna, thank you so much. You're so kind to us. Okay.
right.
What is the state of the world for you?
All right, let's check
Where
in.
are you at?
So if you just joined the stream and weren't here from the beginning, so we're building a site to track basically and celebrate our contributors to VS Code, right?
People who contribute to each release.
That's right. And so we're both building a website. We were given a challenge at the beginning, and as much as Burke joked about only letting me use GPT-4.1, which is my favorite model of all time.
Still.
And I told him he can
cold
only
dead
use
hands.
AS mode. We've both been kind of cooking here. And so I've been using Go. You've been using Rust. Not really. You were supposed to use Rust.
I am using Rust.
Okay, so you're still rusting. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
get to
still
that in a second. So this is my website. So this is Go powered. So it looks pretty good. I stole your tip to use the front end design skill.
Yeah.
So like I'll pop over to VS Code and scroll up and look at my skills. I have a front end design skill right here. I just stole this, right? The same
Did you
thing
install from skills.sh?
skills.sh.
That's
right?
the only way I get skills
Yep.
anymore.
And
Thank you, Vercel. Thank you.
Thank you. So I set up some other customizations too, but like that really helped this to look much better. So this is just the home page. You can see like gotta get our VS Code love in here, celebrating us as the most used editor and all this other stuff. Okay. Then we have contributors. So this is actually pulling from the release notes, which is celebrating specifically external contributors every single release. So like if I go to one of the pages right now, you can see here, like if I scroll down to the bottom, contributor, of course not found. Very, very exciting. Okay, hold on. Engineering notable fixes. Okay, here we
There
go.
it is.
Contributions to VS Code, so you can see all the things in there. So I'm kind of pulling from that and populating my website. Classic developer of like 18 tabs going at once. We had a little bit of a challenge to like add something, so I added this like effect when you heart a contribution. I was, this is an AI stream, right? So I had to add some AI capabilities into this application, right? So we have Copilot SDK, which is basically like communicating with Copilot CLI via JSON RPC, integrated into this website. So I can say like who contributed the most PRs. And this is actually like literally using GitHub Copilot to answer this question. It's using that agent loop.
Right.
And so you can see here, like I've up-leveled some of the tool calls.
Where's it getting the info from? All the data from pulling from the release?
So I'm pulling all of the notes, like when I populate the page, and it's using that pulled data and then basically just reaching into that from there. So it's grounding in that data, essentially. So we're generating a response now. You can also toggle the theming over here. So we got light and dark. I'm a developer, so I'm gonna run dark. And then we got this thing, as you can see, I need to figure out the dialogue zoom and such, but you can also come over here and click that little chat icon. Copilot service unavailable? No, it just worked right before this. All right, I'm gonna fire it off again. And then I'm gonna say it don't work.
Again.
Like, hold on, I'm actually gonna do that. So like then
Fix it or you go to jail.
So hold on.
Make no mistakes.
What was the error I got? Do you remember?
I do. No, I wasn't paying attention.
Generate response fails, but ... It used to work. So what did you do? This thing is keeping track of what I'm saying. Eventually, it's gonna circle back. I saw the nasty things you prompted me, Pierce.
Well, that was it. We were somebody the other day was like, we were talking about having the asset of the chat as part of the repo, and then when the AI goes through, it knows what your thinking process was, and I was like, I don't want people to know my thinking process. Do you know what I say to the agent when no one is watching?
It's like the characters. Oh, it worked, by the way.
Okay.
Oh no, it didn't. Yes, it is dynamically. Okay. But tell me who it is. Yeah, I mean, it's like a character thing, right? Like, what is it like? You are who you are when no one's watching, or whatever that thing is.
Yeah,
that my football coach
the
always
character
used to say.
is who you are when no one is watching, is what they would say.
So, I recently added something so that I'll generate embeddings over your Copilot sessions in VS Code. And I kind of want to add something like, how good a person are you? Based off of, we're going to get really deep on your analyzing your Copilot sessions. Then we'll take these to our next therapy session.
Yeah.
Yes, like who are you really? Like, let's introspect this. Okay, so I'm hoping that I will have the demo pay off of this not failing again, because I swear it worked right before this, but it doesn't work now, as live demos go, right? While that's going, we got Copilot service not available. We got a leaderboard over here. So this is ranking the top pull requests, who's done the most. Shout out Simon. You can also come over here and see who's contributed to the most releases. And then my other kind of thing I wanted to try is there's this thing called HeyGen, HeyGen, and it's a startup. And they do like, based off prompts, you can do audio video generation.
Now, wait a minute. Before we do this, let's bring Olivia back, because since you're about to take our jobs, my job and her job.
Okay, let's bring her.
I want her. Olivia, we're going to bring Olivia back. Hey, Olivia. Yeah, we can't hear you. They're working on it. Anyway, listen, Olivia, Pierce is about to replace us both, so I just wanted you to be here for this moment.
Yeah, I want to be.
You can also, I learned during when we were off and the Copilot CLI sessions going on that actually we can upload, like Burke and I, fortunately and unfortunately, have a lot of content out there. So there's plenty of like data, right? And you can upload clips, like video and audio clips,
video.
And it will basically deepfake myself. So I could do Pierce is celebrating you as a contributor to deepfake me, coming to my Twitter feed near you. But unfortunately,
follow Pierce for more slop.
I didn't want to pay $100, so I don't have any AI credits for when I click this button.
Just pay the $100.
I should expense it. Okay, but something's happening. Wait, I see a little. I don't like how the theming didn't line up here. But let's see what we get back. I'm gonna go back to the HeyGen portal. Yeah, I'm erroring because I don't have insufficient credits. So,
send credit cards. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I'm going to enter my credit card details, probably should not be on a live stream.
Chat's cool. They're not going to do anything.
That's not going to do anything. Trust us.
Yeah,
wait. So what do you think about this concept, Olivia?
I think let's do it. I think, I kind of wanted to come in here and like, let's take a step back and like really walk through some of the things that y'all are doing, because y'all are awesome. Just like going through all this, we've had a ton of questions of just like, okay, like, right, Pierce, you're doing all these multi-agents and like all the parallelization. There's a lot of questions of like, but why, right? And then Burke, you've done kind of a little more of that vanilla mode. So I think let's go ahead and add this HeyGen in. And then while we're doing that, let's just kind of like go on the journey, like really explicitly say like, why are we, taking this approach? Burke, how would you maybe approach it differently? And how can people really just get started with knowing what steps to take? Because I think a lot of times that's one of the hangups is like, y'all obviously use this product day in, day out. But like taking a little step back of, hey, I'm new to the agent experience, or hey, I only really use vanilla agent mode. How can I really level up from there? Let's go ahead and like take a step and just like really walk people through that. But I think this is a great scenario to add in.
Yep. So
let's do it.
So let's back up here a bit then for Olivia. That's a good idea. So first of all, let me do some shameless self-promotion. So my site is live. I dropped a link in the chat. It's aka.ms/thank-u-wall. Well, listen, it was not easy, let me tell you.
Also, FYI, can we take my screen off the thing, and I'm gonna go enter some credit card details here.
So get the video going?
Yeah.
All right. I also added real time because like Rust should do. I don't know. It seems like something Rust should do. I don't know. So
how performant is your site? Is this the most performant contributor website of all time?
I mean, I had it add like subtle animations, and you can see I redesigned it here with the front end design skill. And I'll talk about how I did this in a second, because I didn't just tell it like go redesign the site, make it look nice. I'll show you what I did here. But if you give, and then the animations here are just a little bit more improved. And then there's toasts. I don't know why we need this. We don't need this. Let's back up and talk about, though, like how did we get here?
How?
So if we go back to the beginning, what we did to start off with was we took a picture of the challenge. I just took a picture of it. And then went back to the Copilot CLI. And let me see if I can scroll up here to the top if it's all, I think the history is all still, it's the same chat session. Yeah, right there. Let's go to the top. Come on, buddy, it's okay. Don't be afraid. And then what I did was I switched into plan mode. So in the Copilot CLI, if you hit Shift-Tab, you'll go into a planning mode. And what we know about agents is that if you put together a plan at the beginning, that the agent is going to be much more likely to give you what you want out the other end. And there actually was an article that just dropped recently, I think it was from Microsoft Research, that talks about how the accuracy degrades.
Yep.
Like as things get longer and longer, even though I have this long-running chat session here.
Yep.
So that's what we did. We went with a plan, and the plan got generated. And then the next thing I did was I shift into autopilot mode in the CLI. And I talked about this, but so if we go down, let me just show you these different modes here. So if I do Shift-Tab, you'll see it's now in switch mode. It's now in plan mode. You can see that right here. This is autopilot. So autopilot is like the Copilot CLI's version of a Ralph loop. If you've not heard of a Ralph loop, Ralph loops is just a while loop. And what it does is it just forces, the agent is just running in a loop, and it forces it to work to completion. So as part of that, what it does is it uses the agent browser skill to test its own work and take screenshots and make sure that it's actually doing what it thinks it's done. Because if you've worked with agents, you know that a lot of times they'll say like, I did this, and it's working. And then you go and it is not working at all. It's not even close to working. And so you really need to close the loop for the agent. We talked about skills.
So it's self-validating kind of all throughout there without you even putting in any input?
Correct. That's exactly right.
Okay.
Right? You want it to do all the work. Like, and in fact, in my custom agent, it says, don't come back to me until you're 100% sure that the loop is closed. And if you're not 100% sure, then you need to tell me out the other side. I use Opus 4.6. That's all I use. That's not true. I do use 5.3 to review Opus's code, just because 5.3 is like very militant about code quality. It's a great model. Right. But one of the things that I really like about Opus is that it's extremely steerable. All the Claude models pay very close attention to the instructions that they're given. So if you tell them to do something, they will do it. In my opinion, it's harder to prompt the GPT models. They're not as, they know how to do it, right? And they may or may not do what you ask them to do, whereas Claude really, really wants to please. And so it will do whatever you do. Again, no metrics to back this up. This is just anecdotes, my experience. So then we pull in the skills here.
I was wondering if we could just tap into that like real quick, because we, obviously had a bunch of those spotlights on models, and we were talking in chat about how people decide what model to use. So I think it's really interesting, Burke, kind of hearing your mindset of how you pick it. Like, it's almost like you just kind of go on vibes. Like if a new model drops, you try it out, you see if it fits kind of the verbosity that you like, if it's fitting the task that you like, and then you kind of go from there and you stay kind of loyal to the model then once you decide that you like it.
Yeah, and I think that's the experience a lot of people have, but you'll notice that different models are better at different things. So like Opus tends to be more eager, and it wants to please you, and it wants to make you happy, and it wants to do things right. But then the side effect of that is that it does things, it takes shortcuts to try to get there. So for instance, earlier, it just hard-coded all the contributors in a Rust file, right? Like that's the kind of thing Opus would do. And you just have to know that it's gonna do that. And so one of the things that you can do, and I don't know if I have this in my current agent mode, but let me see if I scroll down here. Yeah, this one's a little outdated, but a lot of times what I'll do is I'll say, as part of your workflow, like check your work with GPT 5.3 codecs. iterate until you have consensus, right? And so at this point, I'm having 5.3 check Opus's work. And there's a word for this. What do we call this? Is it?
Verification.
Verification. I thought it was like antagonistic or basically you want to pit the models against each other.
Oh, yes, sorry. This is what I get for
it's called
entering my credit card at the same.
Yeah,
yes.
he's just distracted.
Sorry, I'm distracted.
That's right. I've already memorized it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's adversarial, where you want to pit the models against each other to try to get them to come to some consensus with each other, thinking that you'll get a better result. So that's my workflow, is to use Opus as like the main agent and then have it farm out to sub-agents using GPT-5.3 codecs to actually write the code and check the work that it's doing. But I don't want codecs actually, I don't want to interface with codecs. I want to interface with Opus, and I want codecs to write the code.
Cool. Makes sense. Okay, thanks for sharing that. I think that that's something that people are always interested in hearing, how the team really does go and look into that. So, okay, so we left off, you're talking about using Opus for autopilot. What happened next?
And so we got, at the end of that, we got a functional thing like right away. Well, actually, the first thing that it did before it even before it implemented was like, you don't need Rust for this, buddy. This is just an HTML file in JavaScript. Do you really want to do that? And I was like, yeah, let's do it anyway.
Yeah,
because those were the requirements. Yeah. But it's interesting, though, that it's getting better at pushing back and being like, hey, yo, this is not a good idea.
And you didn't prompt it like, challenge me on any assumptions or anything? It automatically did that. Okay.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we can't see that in the output here in the CLI, but that, the plan mode asks questions as you go. So then it went through, and because it was in the Ralph loop, and again, a Ralph loop is just a while loop in which the agent tries to work to absolute completion, right? It's just running over and over. So it takes longer, but we had a fully functional, I was essentially done in like 15 minutes running locally with the task that I was given. Then the next step from that, where it got ugly, was when I tried to deploy it. Like, that's where everything just went completely off the rails. And that is because, the agent doesn't have control over remote environments. It can control my environment. It can try to execute CLI commands, but these CLIs are failing. The services, like there's login, there's multi-factor authentication. The agent's just going over and over. So it probably took it an hour and 15 minutes to deploy, but it actually picked Azure. So first it tried to deploy to Shuttle, and I was like, Shuttle's not working. And it's like, okay, well, then your next best bet is Azure Container Apps. We'll put this in a Docker container and just throw it up there, and that worked. So you can see right here. But again, this was not, like, look how long this is. This was not easy.
It just went going and going, yeah.
It's just logging in over and over and over again, trying to figure out, can't log in, can't log in, can't log in. So I really had to babysit it to some point where the login was working, the CLI had the right permissions, multi-factor authentication was working, and then now it works just fine. So we can just deploy with one command now. But yeah, I think as we were talking about, the code is now and always has been the easy part. Yep. It's the deploying the thing. Going to prod is what remains extremely difficult for agents to do. Yeah. Are you good?
That makes sense.
Dude, the amount of face
do I need to eat a third cake pop?
Yeah, I think you should go for a third cake pop.
I don't feel so good.
Let's just hype you up on sugar, Burke.
I already don't feel great.
Back to kind of that deployment piece, and the point about, okay, agents know your local environment, but not necessarily other environments. I know we kind of tied your hands a little bit, Burke, with what you could use, but are there any tips that you usually have, like whether it's using things like MCP or just kind of other agent tips and tricks for helping get that additional context that you found really helps with that sort of step?
Yeah, so sub-agents, number one. So first of all, I use a custom agent, and here's the most important stuff. Right here, right? Especially the output, your context window size is limited. Everything you should do and run each step in run sub-agent. Like literally everything should be run in sub-agents because they have isolated context windows and they don't pollute the main context window. That means that the main context window stays more accurate for longer and longer before compaction. Context 7 is the only MCP server I use. Now the GitHub MCP server is built into the CLI. You don't have to do anything, you just get that for free. Context 7 is just reading the documentation. And so I just tell it, your training date's in the past. And again, because Claude models are so good at following instructions, it will just do this, right? It will just, and if we go, in fact, let me see if I can find an example of it doing this. But if we scroll back through, let's see if I can find an example of it just reading. You'll just, every now and again, it will just search Context 7 to try to figure out what actually it needs to do. Interesting, and what the documentation says. And then here I kind of repeat it where I'm like, look, if you're running into a wall, you probably need to read the docs, right? If something isn't working, stop guessing, go look up the answer, because that's what you would do as a developer. You would go read the docs or you'd Google it. The agent's the same way. And then this one right here, I feel like we should build this into the product. All this does is it updates the Copilot instructions file every time it learns something or changes something in the product. Because that file just gets out of date almost instantly. And so this is just an automatic, it just does it. And then this last one, just always check your work before returning control to the user. Again, this is just try to keep it running. The only other thing in here that's kind of interesting is this mandatory coding principles. So we talked about how AI doesn't really need anything that is designed in programming to make it easier for your brain, the AI doesn't care about. It doesn't care about, it doesn't need a framework, it doesn't need any of that. It's more than happy to program in the lowest possible level. And so these coding principles are actually designed for the LLM to write code for itself, not for me. Don't write it as if I'm gonna modify it. I'm not, you are. And so you can see that here, like consistent, predictable layout, simple, obvious entry points, right? Before scaffolding multiple files, identified shared structure first. Use framework native composition patterns. Don't abstract. Prefer flat, explicit code over abstractions. Again, like this is where, as developers, you look at this and you're like, you're just telling the agent to do everything you shouldn't do with code, but they're not us. And so what the agent really wants is very simple files that it can just completely destroy without affecting the rest of the system and recreate from scratch. Because it doesn't want to patch 2 lines, it wants to write the whole file from scratch. And so we're just learning different ways of working. Now this works for me because I'm in a greenfield project here. If you're going into a project at your company, obviously, you need to match the coding that's already in there. And the agent's
right, with giant files,
Right. But I think that as we move forward and we start up new projects, that we're going to see more and more of this where we're optimizing for the agent. We want it to be as simple as possible for the agent to figure out what happened, what's gone wrong, and fix it. And if our patterns are making it harder for the agent, and they do, then we need to rethink that.
We adjust the patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit about that this morning on the in my session with Peng, right? Of like how we're having to change how we work on the VS Code team. I mean, in part to better partner with agents, but also just the volume of things that we're shipping is like way higher. The software cycle times are collapsing. You kind of have to almost reevaluate everything. And in some cases, you can do the, like, I call it AI 1.0 thing of like, okay, I have X process, let me speed it up and Y wait with AI.
Yeah.
But in other cases, you have to almost be like, no, I actually just need to throw that away entirely and reimagine how I work with this thing, right? I think like the thing that I'm hearing from you as well is like you have to, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but you have to be kind of almost like willing to be stupid, like just constantly learning, right? Because everything is changing. Like the pattern that worked 3 months ago with agents isn't the pattern that works today with agents because the models have gotten better, the harnesses have gotten better.
Exactly.
And you're like, you really have to approach it like super humble. Like even me, I feel like I spend 2-3 hours a night, literally every single day, just what's going on. Now I will say, like, I think that I'm about to show my setup, and I think, yeah, I'm doing multi-agent, and that does speed me up and things like that. But like, I would also say, like, you don't have to be like, I'm running 500 agents at once to be productive.
No.
I don't have to use 80 MCP servers.
Nope.
I don't need a skill for everything. Like the really cool thing is the agent and the agent harnesses and models are improving so much that like, even if you're just like, it don't work with nothing, like it'll grep that thing until it understands exactly what it needs to do and then go fix it, right?
Right, that's exactly right.
And so I'm exactly right. I am exactly right.
You're absolutely right.
I'm absolutely right.
But that's kind of the thing. Like once you are adopting the agent, you're already like in the top 5 percentile of what's possible. And then you're really kind of like, oh God, I can do even more, right?
Yeah.
I would say it's hard. It's still hard also to paralyze yourself on like one project, like and have like 5 things. I'm about to show my flow. I think it's easier actually when you have 5 projects and you're monitoring 1-2 tasks from each project, right? I think that's actually at least easier for me. Like that's actually generally how I work. I have 1-2 maybe going at a time on each project, but I can't do the like I have 25 things going on one project yet. Like 100%, cognitively for me, that doesn't work.
I think we've talked about this before, but yeah, you're exactly right? Like you don't need these crazy workflows that people are talking about. Like there's nothing wrong with a Ralph loop. There's nothing wrong with a gas town. There's nothing wrong with orchestration.
Yep.
But it's just, you don't need those things. Like what is the workflow that works for you?
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, I think that's what's really interesting is, Burke, we kind of had you do like the not as multi-agent approach, but like you just showed us all those little tips that you added, and they're not a laundry list of tips, but they were powerful ones, right? Just adding context 7 and using a custom agent. And just that already unlocked a lot of extra agent capabilities with those extra pieces. So I think that one of the things, to y'all's point, that a lot of people are excited about but also struggle with is the fact that there's just like 10,000 new features coming at you all. I mean, it's so hard to know which ones are the right for your workflow. And so that's why I love like getting to kind of see how both of y'all work and hear kind of the process of how you've gotten there as well too. Because I think one of the big takeaways that people can have from this is it's okay to just add a little bit at a time and see what makes sense for your workflow and for your project. And you don't have to feel like you're using every single bell and whistle to get the right mode out. Like you have all these options at your disposal. You pick the ones that work for your worklow.
Definitely.
100%. Let's take a look
let's
at
go to me.
Let's go to
the
you.
Credit card details have been entered.
All right, let's go.
My Amex, corporate Amex did not work, so my boss is going to be getting a receipt from my personal Marriott card.
No, you got to eat that. It's too late.
It is too late. Okay, so what's my workflow? I'll go ahead and go full screen here. Okay, so we have VS Code contributor website. If I go over here, like I also added some customizations just like you. And so I have custom agents here. I actually didn't use any of these. I have code review agents.
You didn't use them.
If you didn't spend an entire weekend optimizing your AI repo and then use 0% of your customizations, are you even a developer right now? So then we have hooks, right? Like let's check this out. We got hooks. We got a stop hook here. So we're auto committing every turn. Commits are free. Here's my review prompt, like to the point about multi-model. So like now that I'm kind of getting to a good state, I would fire this off, and it's actually going to go and spin up a code review with Opus, Gemini, and Codex, have them grade each other's code reviews, and then give me only like the most high quality comments as like a synthesized thing. So that's like a pro tip. I have this front end skill that I stole from you. I have a validation skill that I created. We have custom instructions, but let's actually look at this app. Okay. So I'm not going to refresh that page because I don't know what's going to happen. But here's my contributors website. I think I was showing it off a little bit earlier. And we have our HeyGen thing. So should I show this off, like my AI thing? And this is, I will admit, we are on a live stream. I'm a little scared.
We don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know what is the content of this video.
Let's do this, and if it works, we need some confetti.
We do need some confetti.
I don't know. Go ahead.
So I generated this celebration video for our top contributor.
Okay.
Which, let me go back and see who that was. Leaderboard. Simon.
All
so
right,
shout out to Simon, 23 pull requests.
We have no idea what's in this video.
Let's see what this video gives us. Hopefully also sound is coming through.
Because I don't think we'll be able to hear it.
We won't be able to hear it, but hopefully the audience will be able to hear it. All right, which is also very scary because like what if this thing is saying crazy stuff? So production team needs to be ready to kill this if they
on your toes.
All right, here we go. We're hitting play. Oh, my audio is not coming through. Okay.
Wait, why not?
It should be.
Oh,
here we go.
Go back. Restart.
Congratulations, Simon.
It doesn't sound like AI at all.
You've just hit an incredible milestone. 23 pull requests merged into VS Code. Your contributions are shaping the editor used by millions of developers worldwide. Thank you for being part of the VS Code community. Here's to many more.
Wow. That, you know what that reminds me of?
What?
A certain Super Bowl commercial. We need some confetti.
Well, now I need to deepfake myself, so like this is a personalized video for me.
Yeah.
The timing was a
absolutely.
little not great in the video, admittedly, but that's pretty cool. We hacked this together.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Holy crap.
Patty! We did it, Burke.
Yo, somebody should have warned us. Dude, what the
You said if it worked, you'd get
hold on.
confetti.
Wait. I have one more thing. So the last thing I did was I asked the AI to just completely rethink this. And instead of having a website, make a 3D world where you could just wander through and meet contributors.
Oh, I love that.
So now, this is what's crazy. Do you
You
remember
like
last
just
year?
did this, Burke? Like while Pierce was doing his thing?
No, I was doing it. This was earlier. But
Okay. Like that was quick.
we did this at MVP Summit. Remember, we were trying to make a 3D world? This was in last March.
Yeah.
And we could not
It was
get
8 hours. They said, you got to work this booth. I said, all right, let me get HDMI, plug this thing in, let's build a game. 8 hours. I was unsuccessful.
You could not do it. I think
Yeah.
there was like a dude and a plane.
Yeah.
And we were trying to get rain to work and it wouldn't work.
The rain would not
This
work.
is one prompt. This
Yeah.
is a one shot. I did
Yeah.
not. So here it is.
Wow.
Can I do, how do
Aw.
I give kudos? Click to give kudos? All right, hold on.
Ooh, sound effects.
And
Is that
virtual
confetti?
confetti?
Virtual confetti.
Yeah, that's confetti.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like the progress that we've made. Look at this.
That's one
That's
prompt.
crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy.
This is just one-shotted, and we've got this, like it's weird. It looks a little bit kind of like a,
Is this 3JS? What are we doing here?
I don't know what this
I feel like
is.
all Web 3D is 3JS.
Look at that.
Oh, confetti.
Oh,
Dude, I'm sorry. This is the best time in the world to be a developer, man.
You literally are just limited by your own creativity.
You're not going to do that again,
Yeah.
are you? Are you going to shoot that thing again? I need a heads up.
audience loved
I didn't know
it,
there was
Burke.
more than one shot in
do
there.
it for the views.
Ah,
Boom,
Dude, that's-
confetti.
that's so loud. Who's going to clean this up? Okay. Dude, it is a complete mess in here. All right.
This has been fun though. It's been like, I feel like we need to do these more often. Like it's cool. Like we had a whole bunch of different content throughout the day, right? We had, we started off with Harold showing us like everything you can do, right? In VS Code today. Then we had like some more kind of like different type of sessions. Like here's how we work as the VS Code team. We had some stuff showing off the cool features. We showed off some Copilot CLI. We were building things. We had confetti, right? So I feel like this was like a super fun day. Like I did hanging out with my friends and building some cool stuff.
I know. We had we had the
know.
best part of this. We had the best gig. So huge thanks to our presenters.
No, I feel like we could literally watch y'all do this for like hours and hours of just
If
coding.
they keep sending us cake pops and
Rice Krispie
Rice
treats.
Krispie treats, we're set.
You scarfed that thing down, man.
Dude,
like
it
you went
was
after.
I'm
those
glad
Rice
we weren't
Krispie
on
treats.
live when we did that.
Yeah,
That
I was
embarrassing.
worried for myself.
Well, you can't say anything. You had like two
I had
cake
two
pops in
cake
a
pops.
minute.
I'm about to eat a third, and I don't care what you think. Actually, I do. I'm gonna do it
no
when
judgment,
no one's watching.
judgment-free zone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in. I'm
All right,
gonna
we have
do
a
it
few
like,
more minutes.
Yeah.
We have a few more minutes left, y'all. I'd love if each of you could maybe just say, like, if people come away from this event with one thing that they're going to start adding to their development workflow to really level up, what would that be?
One thing. I think if I had to give people one thing, it would be use Opus 4.6 to orchestrate GPT 5.3. Use Opus 4.6 and have it use 5.3 to actually implement what it's doing. That would be the main thing. Secondarily, I would say the front-end design skill and Opus 4.6, which I guess I agree with Theo. It's just better. I used to think Gemini 3 Pro was the better model for design, but I think coupled with that skill, he's right. Opus 4.6 is incredible at design. You think it's only, you don't have to have purple gradients anymore.
I had.
I know we've been seeing a lot less of those.
Yeah.
I did. I kind of find it nostalgic in a weird way. Like I like being absolutely right.
Yeah.
I know that
is
some
true.
people don't like it, but I enjoy it actually. What would be my thing? I don't know. Like I think it's actually like less of a feature thing. It's more of like a cultural thing. Like I actually think the biggest. I talk to so many developers like one-on-one, and I also like go visit customers who are doing like big, large rollouts like Copilot, and like by far, I would say the biggest limiter for people like is like just they have to give it a chance, right?
Yeah.
And if you haven't already given agents a chance, like Burke said, with Opus 4.6, the latest harnesses and models, like you're going to get an amazing experience. And the thing is, you have to keep trying because something that didn't work 3 months ago works today.
That's the thing, is that I think that we did a bit of a disservice to people, and I say we as in like the folks who make these tools early on, saying like this is the future.
Yeah.
And it is, but the problem was at the time that we said that, it really wasn't. And so people would try it and be like, man, this thing can't even write HTML.
I mean, we were talking about like the build conference. Speaking of games, we all tried to build like a Frogger game or something like that. It was 60 minutes.
We could barely
Burke
get it
just
done.
one-shotted this thing.
Right. So like the pace of advancement is, it's hard to even articulate to people. And so I would say you're absolutely right. If you tried it a few months ago and you're like, man, that's frustrating, you were right. You should try it again and keep trying it until it works for you. I would agree with that.
Yeah, and I mean, give yourself permission to try it in like not the most extreme context. Like the way I started using agents, it wasn't right away, okay, I need to add 10 new features to VS Code, right? I have a ton of personal projects I'm always exploring, and you learn the techniques, and that's like your battleground for learning all this stuff. And then now that I feel much more comfortable, actually I can apply all that knowledge to a more difficult domain of like the VS Code code base and submit. I literally submit PRs to VS Code.
It's no different than any other skill. You have to learn it and refine it. It doesn't just show up and magically do things. You have to make it do things.
That's right.
You can just
make sense. You can just do things.
The confetti people have left the room, which is really good for my anxiety.
I can't even see my keyboard. There's so much confetti here.
It's probably the cake pops and the confetti boom is not a great mixture for you, Burke.
I feel like I'm at a kid's birthday party or something.
I love it.
Yeah.
We need to make this a regular staple.
All right.
Well, thanks y'all so much for the live coding. Like I said, it's always a fun time just watching y'all vibe it out and just see what you can build. I think that it's so cool to see where we're at. Thank you to everyone who's a part of Agent Sessions Day. We do have one more closing segment. So we're going to leave y'all with a couple words from James Montemagno and Kai Metzel. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everybody.